This
Hi
is, of
everyone,
course,
this is
your
Salvi with
neighborhood
VTuber
news squirrel.
Before we
Here,
get into
Salvi
the
the blue
news,
squirrel, who
please
isn't
hit the
really blue, but
subscribe,
that's
like,
not
and
here
maybe
or
even
there.
hit the bell
We're
notification
going to be
icon,
talking about some
and
news
let's
today,
get into
and of
the
course, these are
first
all going to be my
story that we have
opinions.
today.
And if you like my opinions and you like what you see, comment down below, like, subscribe, all that fancy stuff that YouTube does. And if you want to watch me on Twitch, I'm the_mad_Salvi on Twitch there as well. Thank you. Fluffenfox, who is someone that I've been following, a friend of the channel, has actually put out something new today. It is not an April Fool's joke. It has just happened to come out around April Fool's time. It was on 8:18 p.m. my time, 11:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can adjust it based on that. For some people, it was already April 1st. This is not April Fool's. This is her telling her story. She's still on a, semi-hiatus. She's off and on. She does when she wants, that kind of thing. So she is, of course, promoting something that she's putting out there. She's, showing you guys a little bit of what was going on. This is what it is. And of course, I do want to speak about it because it was a tragic thing. She was Pochi Wanmaru of Idol EN. And here we go. This was before Idol was bought by Brave Group. And Idol had a lot of issues management-wise before it was bought by Brave Group. Things got better, but it was pretty bad back then. Tired of walking on eggshells, tired of taking the brunt of people who never cared about me, tired of being nice when they weren't so nice to me, tired of moral high grounds. I hate that. I hate moral high grounds. Tired of being afraid, tired of curling up and feeling on myself, feeling like I shouldn't exist. The self-worth, the confidence, everything like that went down. And she says it was their fault. It was Idol EN's fault for everything that happened. So here we go. It says, that place effed me up and effed me over. It was shady, manipulative, destructive at best, to profit heavily from people's pain, work, and hurt off their backs, leaving cut and dry. She doesn't mention the actual agency because she can't, because legally that would put her in a lot of trouble, but I am calling out the agency. It was bad back then. When she was in there, when she was still in there, it was bad. It wasn't good. It's gotten a lot better, but it wasn't good to her. I must insist, it's not the same anymore, but here are just some examples of what I dealt with at the time. Again, it does not reflect the present. It is not associated with the current Idol. Like I said, they changed a lot. Once some of their bad management left, things got a lot better. It got so good that one of the talents who had decided to not stream with them anymore decided to come back from their hiatus because things had changed that much. That shows you that yes, things are changing, and yes, people can improve. But still, you have to call them out for what they did in the past. Not enough people. People straight up not qualified. Incompetency bleeding into everything else. Lack of support and proper guidance in several areas that could have helped prevent many issues and fallouts. Being left to figure things out oneself at oneself's expense, pushing around for things when it's not oneself's responsibility, over-promising, under-delivering. This is big. You shouldn't do this. False assurances, keeping people complacent with more promises or shiny things. Promise, promise, promise until people forget about your first promises because you promised new things. Neglecting what you should have been the current priority instead of planning way too much too soon for the next thing. So they kept moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing when the current things weren't even fully done yet. Disregarding people's time, effort, and owed things. Late, delayed, or had to be requested multiple times to even receive anything. That is not good. Like I said, management was an issue. Deal with consequences later. It'll be fine. Nonchalant attitude, startup mindset, or mistakes will happen. Excuses. And you know what? At the end of the day, just like people like Yago take it as a personal failing of theirs. That's why I respect Yago and people like that. When their company does bad, they take it as a personal failing of theirs as a CEO. Aviel, before they left, or Avil, I forget his name. Before he left, this is all his responsibility. This all falls under him. He's gone. He's no longer a part of it. I feel that's why things are getting better. Personally, that's why I feel things are getting better. My personal opinion. Things got better since the last CEO left from Idol, and things were able to be changed without him getting in front of it and being a problem. Ego, pride issues, absent or inconsistent communication, lack of transparency, and lack of accountability for decisions made, and others taking the brunt of overwork to make up for it. So, they again, overpromise, underdeliver. They are, of course, no communication, no transparency, no accountability, and they promise so much, and they try to get so much done with very few people there, and people overwork for it, overtime, a lot of it. Lack of people focused and empathy skills necessary to resolve issues and ease tension, leading to disagreements and general discontentment that was strongly expressed by many, and while some improvements were shown, they did not last. That is why you all know who it is. I'm not going to mention them because it's not about them here. There was a VTuber who was a part of them, and they decided to not stream anymore under them because of management issues. Came back after Brave Group bought it, gave them a second chance. After Brave Group bought it, the CEO left, they gave him a second chance, and things are going well for them now. Questionable decisions that lacked insight in the field, felt like surface level research and insensitive. Trial and error at the cost of others. That's not good, man. You don't do that as an agency. You're supposed to be professionals. If it's me fucking up, I am an indie. You don't do that as an agency. And they're not a small agency. They didn't start. I mean, they're small compared to like Hololive, but they're not super small. Doing things just barely enough to claim XYZ has been done is true when it's clearly a band-aid or insufficient. Using it as a crutch against complaints and concerns to shut it down or dismiss it. Shutting down and dismissing complaints with like, oh, it's already been handled. That's not good. Things being held back, changing constantly. Lack of direction, flip-flopping, confusing information and instructions. Strange inconsistent limitations causing things to be unproductive or take longer than they should. Disorganized organization. That has caused a lot of pain in every organization. Disorganized causes a ton of pain. Weird passive competition mindset. Healthy to a degree, but was not regulated at all. A lot of, I did this for you, you said this, did this, very pointed, and cherry-picked gaslighting. Not good. And of course, she goes on. Felt my trust was completely destroyed after what they did. Tried everything I could be flexible while asserting myself that I was going to leave if they didn't get their act together, but that I would do what was necessary if we could find an agreement and fix this. Remember when she was having those issues as Pochi Wanmaru, she was talking about the way they were treating her, about issues that were happening there. She, of course, had to be very silent about it because of NDAs and such, but she was already mentioning it as Pochi Wanmaru when she was there. And that's the thing. She's mentioning here, you know, wanted to give, they said, look what my community wanted to give me, all that kind of stuff. They were trying to gaslight her, basically. I'm just baffled because it worked for them. I worked for them for so long, would never betray the trust and generosity was given to me by my community. So they were trying to put that against her, you know, be like, look what your community's done, all that kind of stuff. They made one-sided decisions without consulting. They did drastic measures. They lied to her about giving the funds to me, pretending they were, only to string me along and backtrack. It was not what I was made to expect initially, and they changed what was agreed upon without telling me. Mind you, this was after proving on my event a while back. I'd already alluded to doing this event very early on, so I could move. They knew I needed it, that I was in the process of moving, but they still held it because they didn't like that I wanted to leave in the future because of examples above. I was ready to compromise, gave them ample time, and said it was unnecessary escalation, had only made things so much worse. Basically, they did what they could to try to keep her from what I'm getting here. All this kind of stuff. Bad-mouthing, telephone games. They were doing a lot of negative things here. They were doing things to, I guess, try to keep her, try to make sure that she didn't have the money to leave, which is a very abusive thing to do. That is like something like an abusive ex would do. That's something like an abusive partner would do. That is not good. That is not good in any way, shape, or form. That is like, they're trying to use like doing things that were super wrong and coercive. I refused because they were going to basically, she was given new things to sign, new things to do. She felt that it was going to hurt her community, hurt, you know, things in the future. And she said she received passive threats of all kinds. She didn't trust them, rightfully so, because of their track record and the things that they've been doing, gaslighting, other things like that. And she felt trapped because of the fact she needed money to move, and all those things were happening. It really is messed up. This whole thing, you should read it too. It is on Fluffenfox's actual Twitter. Read it all. It is painful to read this because she didn't have to go through this. The agency didn't have to be an asshole the way that they were. The management didn't have to treat her the way they did. She is, yes, I mean, for a lot of companies, you are an asset, you are a number, you are that, but it shouldn't be that way. It should never be that way. And the fact that they made her feel awful for wanting to leave, they made her feel awful for all the decisions that she was making. They tried to, be like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Think of your community, that type of thing. It's really messed up. This is why she's in the situation that she is in now. Once you're betrayed by someone that you trust that way, by a company that is supposed to be the one to protect you, supposed to be the one to give you everything you need and to help you out, it becomes hard. And then after that, not only after that, because she couldn't say anything, because she felt she couldn't say anything, a lot of lies were spread out there. And a lot of people got angry at her for supposedly keeping money and not, not doing things that were promised, blah, blah, blah. All that because that company treated her that way, and she ended up getting trauma because of it. I am not doing this at all, of course. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, but right now, Fluffenfox, I don't blame her at all for what's happened, because people are all about like, oh my gosh, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. People have been telling me, oh, but you saw that she didn't do this, you saw she didn't do that. Why are you trying to, why are you trying to defend her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, she's a victim too. Yes, people make mistakes, but she's a victim. When you're traumatized, a lot of times you can't go through a lot of stuff. It's not making excuses for her, it's understanding, it's being human. And of course, this is very, very long because I did want to make this something that you guys could see because it is a very important piece of news. Bringing back a bit of a classic from last year. We're doing again with the YTP that happened. Riku Tazumi discusses his performance issues. This is, of course, a meme. It is meant to be in jest. We are not actively attacking anybody. It's just in jest.
Hello.
Oh God.
I'm deeply and personally in the eyes of investors. After announcing the sexual relations between myself and investors to you, the fans of nijisanji EN, and everyone who supports the Vtuber industry, we received questions regarding my performance. First of all, I deeply apologize for not being able to beat it up. We will be implementing several new internal systems to ensure that my cock is able to be heard.
Oh goddamn! What the
I'm
hell?
Riku Tazumi, CEO of Enicara Inc., and my mouth is fucking thinking we are taking this situation very seriously.
Of course, like I said, this is meant to be a meme. This is meant to be kind of a YTP. All those who know YTP, then that's what this is all about. Not meant to actually actively attack anybody, but it is funny because this guy really does not know how to run a company, at least the PR side of a company. So yeah, there we go. VShojo has gone and done it. They have shown that they are actually a black company. They have shown that they do not care about any other talents and that they are going to be having some very bad things happen in the future. Of course, I'm joking. This is April Fool's. This is the 1st of April. This is one of those things that is guaranteed to scare the crap out of a lot of people. But of course, I'm joking. I hope that you understand that. It's April Fool's. They have an important announcement. It's something that they're messing around with. Now, they changed it to special announcement. The reason why they changed it to special announcement can be obvious for people who don't know. Important announcement tends to mean graduations, that type of stuff. Usually, that's what's the wording that's usually used in the English sphere when there are announcements like that, when there's graduations. K9 Kudo on his official account goes, "What the F is this?" People are like, "What the heck is going on here? What are you doing?" But yeah, no, this is all a April Fool's joke. It is in good fun. It is not anything crazy. It is not them actually going and making their people graduate. It is not anything like that. And of course, I did what I did in the beginning because just to, continue on with the little things that they're doing, with the April Fool's jokes that they're doing. I want to make sure that, you have a little bit of fun here on this day. It's going to be a lot of this stuff going on. And more than likely, by the time you see this, it's already over. But on the 1st of April, all around the world, really, it started becoming a thing. Everybody jokes around. So, of course, take it in the light way that it's supposed to be taken. It's probably going to be an actual announcement about, like, maybe, I don't know, them going to a con or something like that. Or maybe they'll do a big skit on the whole thing. We don't know yet. But either way, I highly doubt it's going to be a big graduation. And as far as I've seen, VShojo hasn't really shown any negative sides other than a little bit of PR issues in the past, in the sense that they are not great at managing other people's PR. They're kind of more hands-offish. But that's the way VShojo has always been. So if you go in there, you know that VShojo is a little bit more hands-offish than, let's say, a large company like Hololive. So yeah, just take that with a grain of salt. And of course, understand that this is not going to be something bad. Sakamate Chloe, a still continuing member of Holo X, Hololive 6 Japanese generation, is in, of course, ending the streaming activities of that on the 26th of January, but right now she is still an affiliate. On her other account, on Renshu Suruka, she has decided, can you all keep at least Sunday night of April free? And everyone is excited because this might be a re-debut. But let's not just go too crazy about this. It could very well be a re-debut. She has a little dolphin at the end of that. So she may be coming back as a VTuber as a re-debut. It could just be that she wants to go back to her community. She wants to do what she did before of content creation, because that can be, it's a hell of a drug in a way. It is something that once you have a community that shows you all the love, shows you a lot of appreciation, you want to come back to them sometimes. Sometimes health doesn't help, because in the case of Chloe, she did have health issues as well. As you know, recently Mume had talked about health issues. Chloe also had her own little health issues that were going on. Well, more than little. I say little just as kind of like a colloquial thing, but it's more than little. But she did go back to doing some calligraphy for a while to fix her calligraphy skills, and now she looks like she is coming back on her Renshu Suruka, which is this one right here. She, just is showing, like I said right here, her skills when it comes to calligraphy. This is the main one that she just, showing other stuff that she eats, stuff that she does, that type of stuff. So she is going to be streaming there. I'm assuming she's going to be streaming with an avatar, because no one really knows her face. And it'd be interesting if she shows her face from now on, but it'd be kind of weird also because of, the whole still being an affiliate with Hololive. She can do what she wants on her, of course, her private account. She can do whatever the heck she wants. But, hopefully it's going to be something positive. And I do think a lot of people are going to be waiting for it. A lot of people are going to be excited about it. And I am as well. I'll cover it when it comes out. I thought this day would never come. They are shilling some products. Oh my god. Advent has gone to a new low. They're shilling products. I'm joking, of course. This is April 1st. This is an April Fool's thing. This is a pedo drink. It says fire, fire. Of course, it's going to be something that is April Fool's. It is live in 6 hours as of the time of me doing this, so it's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, actually, and it is going to be past when I usually record videos, so that is why I am doing it in this way. You will be seeing the full thing that they do on the video that's going to come out most likely on the 2nd, so I do apologize for that, but, when I do videos, I don't do videos too late at night for that kind of stuff. So, of course, I do want to do this for you guys. Not only is Fuamoko going to be doing it, you have, of course, Narissa also doing it. You have Bibu also putting it out there. Fire, fire, rebellious energy, criminal gains. So it's pedo giving them gains. So it is going to be tonight. It is going to be tonight. Well, the night of April 1st. At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is where I'm at. And of course, like I said, just letting you guys know that this is happening, because more than likely, it's going to be on April 2nd that I report of this thing happening on April 1st. I'm going to see what I can do, but I will try my best to put it out there when I can. So I do thank you for this. And of course, thank you for, not getting angry at me for the first part of this whole thing and understanding that it was April Fool's. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do this because I want it to be a positive space, a space where we can help each other out instead of tearing each other down. There's too many people trying to tear each other down nowadays with competition and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to be one of those. I want to be someone that brings people up. So today we're talking about Freya, a comic artist arc. So they're doing the comic artist arc, and here is some of the things they've been doing. They streamed this 2 days ago. Let's take a little bit of a look of it. Let's see in a place where they're talking.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And yeah, costume-wise, it's simple. Very, very, very simple. Very, very simple. As for doubt, no doubt. Only truth. Wow, a testimonial I can trust. Yeah, you see those alpha podcasts or those retreats. They said, oh, we can heal you. No, those are not real. This is the real deal.
So there you go. A little bit of what they have. A little bit more of a relaxing vibe there. I do like that. And of course, thank you, Freya, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you out as well. And of course, for those people who are still looking, yes, she is on Twitch. I do not think they are on Twitch. I don't think they have any VODs set up. So, of course, that is a thing. They also have 118 followers on Twitch. You can follow them on whichever one. Seems to be that they're doing a little bit more on the YouTube side. At least the VODs are staying on the YouTube side. So, of course, take a look at them there. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.